Well, welcome to the podcast. Hi, everyone.
Thanks for having us, man.
I'm Hava.
I'm Kulthum.
And this is the Overshares. And we have...
the Abti Podcast.
Woo!
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm...
Clap. Here, this
excited.
is like the third Somali podcast that I know.
We're growing.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
The community.
We need more, I think. I think we need more.
I think so as well. I think podcasting is so fun.
Yeah. So what inspired you guys, if you don't mind me asking, like, to start? I don't know if you guys have ever...
Wait, Hamza didn't introduce himself.
Oh, yeah, Hamza.
Sorry, no, you can speak for me.
We got Hamza on my right, New Money H, and yeah,
New
Abti
Money
H.
Hey.
And I'm Birdy, the Warden of the North. Big brr. There you go. Sorry, I had to do it. No, I was
Listen,
going to
you're upstaging us.
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
no,
I'll put it now.
No.
You're putting our intro to
I'm
shit.
Big H Town.
Yeah.
Oh my god, awkward.
I'm Big Cali.
Yeah,
No,
you guys need
I feel
to
triggered by the word big. You get that?
I don't want to be big. I'm small.
I'm small.
I'm
Cali.
itty bitty.
Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, what were you guys saying? So, how did the podcast start, guys? Tell us the story. You just told us at the beginning, but obviously you said you went to Omrah, and then
Hamza called me and said, do you fancy doing a pod? I was like, yeah, why not? We went to Omrah, we prayed on it. You know what I mean? And like, it was my first ever Omrah experience. And normally I was gonna originally go, but I was gonna go with a package. But then Hamza was like, I've been like so many times, so just come along with me. And I went, and wallahi, like, big up to Hamza. He really like walked me through step by step Omrah, and I ended up doing it twice. I ended up doing Omrah for my uncle on my mum's side who didn't have any children, so it was like important as well. So yeah, man, he needs to start his own Omrah package.
Yeah.
I was thinking that
someone said to me Airbnb is better than packages. Is that true?
It depends.
If you've been there.
It depends because some places, what they do is, so in Saudi, especially in Mecca, in these times, what they do is you can book on booking.com, but they don't charge you. Yeah.
Okay.
It's first come, first serve.
Oh.
Yeah, so 1,000
I was in
people
like
book
free cancellation
or whatever. So they cancel
yeah.
on the spot. So 4 o'clock check-in time, if they've got a fully booked hotel, your booking's gone.
Oh my god,
Really?
that's
brutal.
stressful.
It's stressful,
That's
but it happened to
brutal,
me. So now, on the 27th night, I'm in Medina. I'm like, cool. So I planned on the day to go to Mecca. So I'm driving. So I'm like, cool. I can go Dhuhr time, 4 hours and a half, light work. I'll get there for Maghrib, break my iftar there. And then from there, go to Tahajjud and Tarawih, whatever. Did I not wake up? I said, that's okay. I'm saying,
Oh dear.
You missed your...
so I've missed a slot now. So I'm thinking, all right,
Oh
cool.
my
Even if I
God.
go from now, I'm not going to make Tarawih. So I said, all right, cool. Let me plan for Tahajjud. And these times I'm doing Umrah. Because I'm in Medina now, I can wear my Ihram again and go do Umrah again.
Okay.
So I'm trying to catch
We haven't
both
been,
rewards.
so we don't
Yeah,
know
so
anything.
Yeah, no,
We're
so
zoned
we
out.
haven't like
no, inshallah you should go.
We will.
inshallah.
I'm aiming in December.
you know what it is,
Inshallah.
the process is not etched in our mind like it is for you.
Yeah.
So when you say you did Ihram
Yeah, so what happens is everywhere in the world, before you go, there's 5 spots in the world.
right.
Yeah. And once you pass that stage, you can't do Umrah.
Okay.
Does that mean? So you have to have Ihram.
Okay.
So Ihram is the 2 white cloths
Yeah.
Yeah.
that men wear, and the females will wear, I think, abayas.
Yeah.
Abayas, I think, yeah.
I've never asked my sister what they wear.
I think it's just...
I
That's
think
always-
it's
it's
just
always
that, but I think
abaya.
it's like a
But I
state
see
of
people,
Ihram,
like,
isn't it?
these times I see people wear different colour abayas. So I thought it was only one colour.
Isn't it white?
No, I just don't think they can
I think
wear
it's like-
perfume,
yeah,
they
no
can't shower and
They're
things
saying
like
with
that,
us,
yeah.
You can
Yeah.
shower.
Someone said to me, you
Yeah,
can't shower.
Stop.
No, I don't.
And you can't wear scented
can't
deodorant.
wear
Why are you
scented-
laughing? You were in the FaceTime as
I
well.
was last. We were actually talking about this last night. It wasn't me. It was Siham.
Yeah,
that
she
said it.
said that to us and I
Yeah,
believed
she
her.
said, yeah, you're not supposed to shower. And I said, I'm sorry.
Because you can't wear deodorant.
So you're doing Umrah with stinky people.
Yeah. No?
No scent. That's all I like. Like no.
Can't wear perfume.
Yeah, perfume or
once you
shower
once
So you
you
can't
get into-
deodorize.
No.
Scentless deodorant.
The
The
difference
answer
is,
she was right.
difference is you can have a shower.
Oh,
But you just can't deodorize.
but after
Yeah.
after you...
Because you know what it is,
you can't shower.
Yeah.
once you go over that stage, you're meant to obviously, like, it's meant to be traveling, and from that travel you start your Umrah.
Okay.
Does that make sense? But before that, so if you have a shower, cream yourself, and then wear your Ihram, and then you're
Okay,
meant to
yeah.
pay 2 rakats.
Yeah.
right.
Does that make
It's so
sense?
dumb.
Yeah.
Once you pray that, you're in that state. There's
Okay.
Anything you do.
And then once you finish Umrah,
so no,
can you
within
shower
that
again?
state though, within that state, because you got to understand, I'm coming from London, so I have to wear it in the air, right?
Okay.
So you're in.
So
Because
where are you
go
showering
past-
then?
I've showered before I got to the airport. No.
Okay.
But I'm wearing my normal clothes at the airport because I don't want to wear.
No, but
so
imagine being on the
complicated.
plane for that long and
Yeah, well, I'm
have to
confused.
shower.
I'll just
I'm just like,
confused.
yeah.
No, you have a shower once you get to your hotel.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you wear your ihram the moment you get on the plane and then you
No,
travel
so
in
you
I've
it.
can
seen
do that.
people wearing ihram
They
at the
can,
airport.
because some people like they can't change in the shower. It's too small.
Okay.
Right.
So you,
they're
so you can do it
being-
on the plane.
You can do it on because they say it to you. Hey guys, we're gonna come past the ihram point. Please put on your thing.
Okay.
Because once you put it on and once you go past that, you have to say labbaik al-umrah.
Do they say that on
Like,
Wizz Air or do they say that on Saudi Airlines?
They say that any airline that goes to Jeddah.
No way.
You have
I
to.
Wizz Air would say that.
I
Guys,
don't
we
think
need to
I've been
experience
on
this,
Wizz Air.
actually
They
so
say
sad.
that.
No way.
I went out. I think 3 years ago. I done the London to Istanbul and Istanbul to Jeddah.
Can I ask you guys a question? Do you guys get scared being boys that do podcasts?
But I feel like just some like us boys doing content in general, you're always, I don't know, our community is funny, innit?
Yeah,
Because it's
it
almost
is.
like, Allah, what you doing on camera? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not meant to be on camera. Oh,
Yeah.
but whatever. So it's just overcoming those comments, really. And then thinking, you know what, that's what it is. So it's hard. I think it's harder for girls, though.
Yeah, we get more hate than you guys.
Yeah,
I
this-
think.
I don't think so.
Nah, you guys are
No,
loved
the
it.
comment
Come on.
sections are
I think you
mad
beat the hate.
sometimes, but we just don't. The way we see it is, I'd never address hate in my life.
Yeah, we sometimes we
shouldn't.
don't even
Please tell
read
this
it.
guy.
Like it
this
never.
guy-
I would never address
How?
it.
This
No,
guy
I
You
was-
give them attention.
No, but I give them a little attention on the comments because like, it's
We
fair,
don't even
innit?
do that.
He goes back and
We
forth.
don't
Yeah, I look
care.
at it like, why not? I've got a right to say what my opinion is.
No, but you know what happens? It gets to a point where at some point they just start beefing each other.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
No,
Yeah.
but you know what it is? You have a point that it's up to you if you want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can just leave the comment. Bye.
I'll just
Go
ignore
about
it.
my
mate.
business.
That's how I
True.
deal with it. I bury my head in the sand and just ignore it.
oh my god, there are times
Yeah.
though when something goes viral and we're like, oh my god, I feel sick.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do this anymore.
The worst thing is when they say
do that
something
all
that
the
really
time.
offends you, and I'm like,
I know.
I don't know what to
They
say.
do it
I want to
all the
reply so
time.
bad. I'm like, roll.
The one that happens the
paragraphs
most is
of
I was
about it.
listening to, I don't know what episode it was, but you was at work and someone
Do you
at
guys
work.
actually listen to us? That's
I
so
listen to
funny.
you. I listen to you on the work day, not outside of work.
Yeah.
I feel like if I listen to you at work, it makes more sense.
What's that? You ashamed of us, Sam? So what's going on? What, you're not going to show? You're going to listen to us in the car?
No, because my sisters and whatnot listen to it at home, so I hear it all over the place. So I don't want to be like the guy that
That
listens to
the
it.
girls' podcast.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I'm like, well, how could they get someone like that? And I'm like,
So you're not in your bedroom with your headphones on, just like
Nah. I'm on the line back going for lunch. Like, listening to it. But no, on one of the episodes, you said you was at work, and I think one of your colleagues at work was like, "Oh my god, I saw you in an
Yeah,
episode or
fun.
whatnot." I
It's
get more
funny.
of that, and I think that's more annoying.
yeah.
I hate that because it's like now you're gonna look at me completely different.
Yeah.
Do you reckon? They
She's
do?
okay with
Yeah,
that.
man. They said they give you some sort of status that doesn't need to be done.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
I
like
get
that.
what
I
you
don't
mean.
need it. Obviously, like 2 minutes ago, you saw who I was. Why does it change now all
Yeah.
of a sudden?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true. But I just
Agreed.
talk to people and then they just relax. Honestly, it's like relax.
Yeah, I think that's.
We all live.
Chill out,
We all
you're
live in
good, man.
London.
All the same.
I'm good.
Do you know what I
I'm
mean?
back.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we do one scenario?
Let's go
just
for
to
it.
test it out.
All right. Do you know what? You guys get some outrageous ones sometimes.
I
man.
know.
Do you not make it up? I've come to the conclusion that you must make it up. Something's not
We don't have
happening
this.
here.
We don't
Like,
have
how do
this,
people
so-
have
Can
the
I-
confidence? to
Can I
say
just ask you a
something?
question? Do you
Go
think me and Harder, between us,
We
could
both
write a
work.
story beginning, a middle, and end of like a
That is
crazy
crazy, yeah.
scenario that's happened?
Absolutely.
And
I'd be first to
no, def-
I think more than Holland. Definitely.
come on, I do not have the
You know,
time.
You even wait, you even pause, and you can do it. And I said, okay.
She knows how to
wow.
pause. She's right on there,
like, she
pause.
knows- she knows
Come
the narrators, like, back in
towards
the
the
school.
actress. She likes the drama.
No,
Yeah.
I just,
No,
I
you create such a suspense though. Like,
Yeah.
It's because basically, I don't know what it is. It's like obviously I've read the scenario, like,
yeah.
Okay.
so I know what
Sometimes she gasses me up there because if she reads it first and I don't know,
and she
it,
hasn't
she'll
read
like,
it. It's like all shock
Yeah.
factor from this one
Yeah.
or something. But I don't know, like
Well, now
We
I'm
don't- we
like
don't
you,
make them
actress.
up.
Do you want to go first?
Go on, create suspense.
Man.
Drum
oh my
roll.
god, my hijab is actually full.
What was I gonna say to you guys? Actually, no, I'll ask you after.
We're gonna get
Don't
grilled.
worry.
Are we allowed to ask you questions?
Yeah,
of course
it's
you
just a
can.
convo.
So many, man.
Really?
Don't try it. Why do you think you're gonna get grilled?
I don't know. Well, I just feel like it's just one of
You know
those.
what?
What have you done? What are you
No.
nervous about?
Birdie, you need
What
to
is your footprint on the internet? What are you nervous
It's
What's
about?
your visual footprint?
Man,
What's
it's
going
not
on?
bad, to be honest. It's not bad. It's not bad. I recently came across a few things and I was like, but it's not bad.
Is it like old pictures from when you were 15? or
Yeah,
something?
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, literally.
Are you leading on a few girls? You worried?
Yeah, I'm an infamous love bomber. That's my crime.
Because if they see your face
Yeah,
on
100%.
the
yeah.
overshares,
And you always like
Whoa,
try
whoa,
to
stop.
like.
Don't point at me.
You do.
You up to
Yeah, you do. He always throws me in hot waters, and I'm like, I've got to get out of this one. But yeah,
But yeah, no, you guys can ask a question. What? Tell us. I'm nervous now.
Let's just
Go
go.
ahead.
Yours is up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, let's
I'm
start.
waiting for this one.
Right, so it says age 21 and the guy is 22. Hi, Callie and Harther. First of all, I want to say I absolutely love your podcast. It's a perfect listen on my car rides to work, and you both really brighten my day with your energy and insightful conversations. Now, I have a bit of a dilemma, and I would really appreciate your help. There's a guy I've been talking to since 2022. We started as friends, but over time it became a bit more flirtatious, though I never really knew where I stood with him. We would text and call through months, and I would tell him a lot, of course, and felt as though I've met him on another life. I know this sounds... No.
What are you guys
Very
doing?
Are they Muslim or these
Yeah.
like could be anything?
Is this
Yeah, smart girl.
Yeah, the other life thing is crazy. But yeah, well, we'll get into that.
But girls,
Well,
are
girls
delusional.
romanticize
They
things.
romanticize
They create
everything.
like the.
Well, how do you know guys don't do that as well?
I don't know
But
really.
it's
You
perfect
do as
to
well,
find
yeah?
out.
Like if you meet a girl, you think, oh my god, she's the one. You fantasize about how it would be when she. get
Really?
married.
Oh, I see
Yeah,
that's
you
the
can.
delusions.
I don't know about
love
these
that.
guys, but me definitely.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that as well.
These
Yeah,
particular
yeah.
guys.
Okay, go.
Okay. I know this sounds bad, but at one point when I tried to move on from him, I saw him at Omrah from a distance when on my tour. My overactive imagination thought it was a sign that we were meant to be. How embarrassing. Hamza,
that's
I think she
cute.
saw you.
I think it might have been Hamza.
Yeah.
She saw you
your
on the
Umrah.
tour.
No,
Saw you on the
I'm right.
You know, oh my god, I bet people saw me on the I was like, yo.
It's your crush, go.
Because he texts me, then ghosts me. Sometimes I do the same, but despite the inconsistency, I found myself drawing closer to him. He seemed to tick all the boxes: motivated, religious, very good looking, and not like the other guys my age. He was pretty introverted and kept to himself, which made him everything I wanted on paper. I shared all of this with my friends, and they encouraged me to be open with him about how I was feeling. I was about to take that step, but then I found out that he had been involved in zina with a very unrespectable girl from my area, and that he's been with her since the beginning of our communication.
Oh, he's trifling already.
Yeah, good for nothing type of brother, man.
Good for nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, dear.
What do you mean? How do you know maybe he's doing a mistake? Like, what do you mean? Like,
No, bro.
wow.
Yeah,
He's
but-
been involved
You
with
went
her.
straight to target the guy like that. Why are you so scared of
I'm
It's
not-
okay to be a normal
No,
guy.
this guy.
Alhamdulillah.
No, I'm just
Oh
saying in
my
general. No,
goodness.
it's bad.
Would you
I'm
accept
the-
that for your sister?
One
She said-
second.
There you go. Yes.
Whoa.
No. Hell no.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wait, let her finish.
Yeah, let her
first.
like- go on.
We don't know what's happened here.
Yeah,
It could be worse.
I still feel like there's something between us, and part of me still wonders if he could be the one for me despite everything that's happened. Should I confront him about his actions, or am I just holding on to something that isn't meant to be? I'd really love to hear your thoughts on this. Thanks so much.
Just quickly go back. How did she find out that he was doing that?
So she shared the information with a friend who encouraged her to be open about how she was feeling. But then I just found out they had been involved in
CRB
zina.
probably should have
Yeah,
known
I think the
background
friend
check.
probably
Yeah.
must have been some connection, and then it got back to her.
Okay, let's hear your thoughts.
No,
'Cause
let's
I've
go
got
for
my
you first.
thoughts.
Yeah, I really want to hear Birdy.
No, look, no. Do you know what it is with me?
You know what he was very vocal.
No, I am. No, it was no, because as the story is being told, it took a dark turn. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So all I'm saying is, look, I'm a fan of the underdog. Do you know what I mean? So I believe people can change if she likes him enough.
How?
You know, he made a mistake.
How did he make a mistake? He was with the girl before he spoke with this girl.
And he's still
He's
doing
still
it.
with her.
And he's still
with her.
doing it.
So
What,
he's
he-
trying
what-
to get
what-
away from
what-
the
what,
haram
he's still-
to do good.
So hold on, he's still with the girl he's doing haram with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're not sure.
It's
Allegedly.
alleged.
Oh, okay. Well, it says he's
Allegedly.
been with her since the beginning, alleged.
Alleged. But
Which means that there's no end. There's no end to that.
oh,
so
she
far.
didn't. Okay.
So how are you gonna come back?
No, but you know, I
There
think.
you go. Look, see.
No, do you know what it is? I think there's an important. You gotta personalize this, innit? No, it's not. You got to. And look, would I want this for my sisters? No. So
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I'll go with a
you
safe
said
bet
about
and
it.
say, you know what? Put him in the bin. That's
Oh.
what I'm saying.
Whoa, that's a neat
Yeah, so
one.
put him in the bin. Yeah, put him in the
I
bin.
feel like now Hamza is looking at you as
Side
though
eye.
you are doing something performative.
No, I'm not.
Absolutely.
No, genuinely not.
Would this interaction be real in your podcast?
Yeah.
Absolutely. What? Have you not seen our podcast? I get onto him a lot because I feel like people change with the camera. I feel
Yeah.
like originality should be raw.
Yes.
it's
Like
just-
you
but
should
gotta
be like
grow,
how
bro.
we are, because at the end of the day, for me personally, I'm here to make people learn from what Adi people. We're
Yeah.
normal
Valid,
people. Like,
yeah.
there's nothing wrong
Yeah.
about, you know what I mean? We can have the little jokes, we can have whatnot, but as long as we're Muslims and
Yep.
we do our deen,
Yeah.
alhamdulillah.
Exactly. So we're going back to
Valid.
Dean.
Okay, so if we're going back to the
Abadan.
deen, at the beginning, how did she start it? She started it with flirtation, correct?
Oh, Tingle. Go on.
Is that not right or wrong?
They might just need to do our
So
job
why
for
don't you
us. I
say
love
that?
this.
Put her in the bin then.
But put her in the bin because of the flirtation. I don't know, bro.
I'm just asking you.
But it's not. There's
Two wrongs
Did she
don't
say
make a right.
flirtation though?
She did.
She goes.
I'm not saying what both of them
I
have
know,
done
I know,
wrong or
of
not.
course.
I'm saying at the end of the
She's
day,
been talking to him because we started as friends, but over time it became a bit more flirtation.
Okay, yeah, I see. what you're-
Hamza's right.
So yeah.
I'm saying
Oh.
two wrongs don't make a right. At the end of the day, whether he was with that girl or not, that's not your business.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just saying
facts.
the facts, because at the end of the day, we don't know what that secret she's got. That's not. So you have to look at the facts.
And is it true?
Did this guy do anything bad to her?
Is it true? Who
Because at the
knows?
end of the day, if she wanted to, she could have just go to him and say, "Listen, I heard X, Y, Z about you. Is it yes or true or not?" And if he's honest about it, then wallah, she should stay with him, because you know what? Even though he knows that he's done wrong, but he's honest to you, that's one good loyalty that you won't even find from a lot of these guys.
Damn, I can't believe Hamza. This is
I'm
a
gonna
rare
pause.
victory, wallah.
Why?
So Hamza thinks that if he's honest about his transaction,
No, I'm saying if he's
situation.
honest to you, because you and him have a connection, correct?
Valid.
Yeah.
Is it a connection though? He's
It is.
airing her.
How's it?
He's
Well,
ghosting her.
To be fair with you, maybe he's ghosting her because he's with the other partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that doesn't mean he's into her.
That does. Maybe
He's
he
leading
does
her
be
on. It
with
sounds
her,
like he's
but
leading
he's
her
like,
on.
you know what?
Would you ghost someone and then still want them?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
What?
Yeah, that's not healthy, Hamza.
Do you know why, Walali? Yeah, because I don't want to.
How do you go someone and still want them?
I don't
Yeah.
ghost them. You know, I want you, but you know what? Yeah, I've got the information I want from you. You're a good person. You've got the bad.
So you're
cool.
basically putting
I'm
me on
not
the side.
working
No, no,
towards
this is
it.
Compartmentalised.
No, I'm not.
Wow,
I've said, you know
wow.
what? Yeah, the only thing left for me here is either marriage or not, right?
Exactly. So
Yeah,
you put me
cool.
to the side
I haven't
until
put
you're
you to the
ready.
side. I'm
then
working
you-
on me.
There is a lineup
No, I'm working on
of
me.
women that have been
There's
put
a-
to the side waiting for
I
Hamza.
know,
And then you
roster.
choose the best
There's a
one.
roster.
Hamza again.
Wow, there's a roster,
Look, I'm
Hamza.
32 still looking, so I don't have a choice. I'm like, at least I haven't tried. I haven't even been married or even.
You've
got
got
to
some
the casting.
options.
I don't
Okay.
have options.
Oh,
Because if I had options, I wouldn't be screaming here like, "Hey guys, I need options."
okay.
'Cause
Do
it would
you
look
do you ghost and then spin the block?
I can't.
Oh, okay.
Once my salam.
Okay, that's
Because it's
good.
respect.
So then how do you
Because
do
I
it?
heard
So
that-
how
I
do you
make
ghost
it
and
clear.
come back then?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You said
I
you
ghost by
ghost and
coming
come
back.
back.
But let's say now, for instance, I went Umrah. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right. This is crazy.
I'm like, look, I'm going to Omrah, so I wouldn't have that communication of, hey, hope you have a great day in the morning at work, or hey, in the evening, how was work, or whatever, not like, however conversation is structured.
Oh, because you're in Omrah, yeah.
Because you're having a transformative.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather keep it real. Like,
experience.
listen, for the next week, you're not really going to hear from me. Or when I'm abroad.
But that's not ghosting, though.
That's
is it?
not ghosting.
That's
not
what they
ghosting.
think, because you're giving her.
Information.
Yeah,
to
you're
say
saying
what you
hello.
I see
know.
that as ghosting.
No, that's not
A lot of
ghosting.
females I've seen that is telling me like, oh man, you don't really give like great communication because you speak to me today and then a whole week.
No,
I don't
if
hear
a
from you.
Muslim man told me I have to stop talking to you because I'm going to Umrah,
One,
Honourable.
I'm still I'll be
Honourable.
quiet.
I would
Honourable.
respect.
Okay, is that
Very
the
honourable.
only Umrah thing? What about anything else? If I say, look, I'm going to America for a certain amount of time, I'm going on
Then
holiday.
I would expect that as you don't want to speak to me.
Yeah.
anymore. Shall I
America.
tell you
Oh,
why?
but if the time
You can
zones are
still text.
different,
You can
if
still
you're
text.
working,
No,
if
no,
you're
no. If
working
you want
9 to 5,
if you can speak to your friend,
Geographically, Umrah and America are very two different
it's not that
things.
bad.
There
It's
are,
bad,
there are
right?
different things
You
associated
know
with
what you
those
can
two
do?
countries.
You can
They're
go-
like black and white.
Exactly. You can go on the clock app, write the city you're in,
I
the
do that,
city she's
yeah, I got
in.
told that as
Boom.
well.
If
And
you
if you go
really wanted to,
You could share your location.
That's true.
would you share your location?
What would you say about this situation? Then?
I think that he's not really that into you to begin with.
Why?
Because he wasn't interested in the way that he was speaking with her. He was doing on and off. I feel like she's more into him than he's into her.
Absolutely.
And I feel like
Why'd you say that though?
because of the way he's treating her, if he was into her,
Yeah.
and if two people are into
But
each
then
other, they
don't-
naturally
We don't know
communicate
too
with each
much
other.
from his side, to be fair.
I don't know, but I'm saying the way it looks like,
The way
It's
she,
the way
the,
she's
the on and off,
the way that she's essentially
but that
written,
doesn't come from anywhere.
the way that she's written this letter to us, yeah, I get the feeling that she has romanticized this man beyond
Yes.
What he's given her?
comprehension. Yeah.
But how do you know?
Beyond
he's
action.
He's not like, if he was to now speak and send you a letter and he said to me, there's this girl I really like, but unfortunately I've got a sighting on the side as well.
Then you don't like her enough.
That's crazy.
You're saying that?
You don't like her enough.
Crazy. Wallahi, this is
80
actual.
to
Wallahi, this is
90%
crazy.
of guys are like that.
Yeah, but that's not a good thing.
80 to 90.
Validating that.
No, I'm being serious. No, that's
80
that's
to
why.
90
80
of
to
guys.
90
So
is a
that
crazy
tells
statistic.
me-
Before they get married.
So that
yeah?
tells me that men are not sincere when they say that they're only talking to you.
Absolutely
But
not.
no, but it's the same with girls though.
The same way as females.
It's the same with
No, but if a girl is really into you and she's taking you seriously and you guys have
you
spoken
don't put
about
all your eggs in
marriage.
one basket. You don't never
No,
put all your
but
eggs.
you
in
do
Be
want the
fair.
women to know.
but
And it's
be
like
fair.
women
No,
too.
Yeah, but
until
you're
it's
meant to be fair.
the deal is done. It's
I'm
not.
saying I'm not saying all girls.
And I'm
put
not saying
all their
all
eggs
guys.
in. I'm not saying that, but I'm
It's a fair
saying
deal.
there's a portion of women where you see a certain something in a man and then you get rid of the other eggs.
And there's a certain portion of guys that they know once that, I think I found the one.
Yeah.
They get rid of all
cool,
the
and I
Yes.
get that.
I'm
but
not,
in
no,
this
no, but what I'm saying,
situation,
in between that situation of like first 3-4 months, some guys
That's not
will
serious,
not, because what do you mean it's not serious? Because that 4 months
For
is
both
going to
of them,
turn
it's
into
not.
serious.
Do you know
But
what?
that still doesn't make sense that you can be chatting to another thing and taking this girl seriously.
It's just weird. I just
He
find
doesn't
that-
rate her. I'll be
Do you
honest
know what
with
it
he
is?
doesn't rate her.
I just think if that was actually happening, it should not be disclosed. I don't want to know if he's talking to other guys.
Don't tell me. Get rid of the other thing. That's
Just
it.
get rid of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying to you now. The female should go and ask him, say, look, I heard about this information.
Is it true?
Yeah?
No,
and
I
if he
don't
tells
think she
him,
should.
if he tells her the truth, then that's where you can now, but listen, if you really want me,
So you're saying more should
Ma'asalama,
happen.
tell that guy, tell the girl, ma'asalama, and let's work together and let's make this halal.
No.
Yeah.
Shall I tell you why?
Why?
Because that girl that he's with, that he was doing those acts with, and then he's messaging me saying, where is she getting these delusional ideas from?
Exactly. He must be.
He must be leading her
There
on.
must be crumbs.
He's leading her on.
Throw off each other so
There
much.
must be
it's
little
true.
crumbs that
He's
he's
leading
giving
her
her.
He's dropping little candies.
I'm with you guys.
How
I'm
does,
with you.
how
He's
does she
leading her
say?
on.
Can we
Leading
bring
her
up
on.
the scenario
Yes.
because we
She
need to look
sees
at.
him in
Yeah.
Umrah and she's like, Allah, this
My
is a
life,
sign. Where
She's
did this
delusional.
come
She's
from?
Yeah,
delusional.
Umri, that's what she
Make
said.
a witch
Listen,
out of
open the situation. She said
on,
she said
baby.
she's met him in another life.
In another
Gaslight
life.
you.
Me?
In another life.
Yeah.
She said it was a sign we were meant to be.
It's a sign.
Tell him.
How is that? How
Delusional.
does someone just create that in their minds from nothing, from the other
He's
person?
So then
feeding
maybe,
her.
right, maybe she's tapped.
No, this is coercive behavior.
How? Maybe she's ill. Maybe she's got the problem. It's
No,
not him.
she doesn't.
Maybe Alhamdulillah,
This
maybe
is
it's a
why-
sign for him.
You know, Hafsa, you know what? My
I'm
head
saying
hurts.
your wife. Wow, when he starts arguing with her.
She's
Soon, future.
She's even though she found out he's involved with another woman and is performing acts of zina, she's still
benefit of the doubt at the end. She's giving.
a part of me still wonders if he could be the one for me, despite
Yeah.
everything that's happened.
She-
No,
she's
guys, we
fallen
can't
deep.
normalize zina. This is crazy.
We can't, and we will never.
Especially in
Never.
this. It happens. We get it. It happens.
Yeah.
We get it, but we can't normalize it.
Yeah,
I'm so
that's
sorry.
it.
That's taking the mic. How are you? He's fully with another girl.
Yeah.
I understand that.
And you're trying to gaslight it and say
I'm not
she's-
gaslighting it. I'm
she's-
saying there could be a
she's
possibility,
crazy.
but like you lot said, we've just proven she's tapped. Like the Hanos.
She's not tapped.
she's
She's
not.
not tapped.
No,
She's
tapped.
a woman in love. She's
In love, yeah,
scorned.
exactly. But that's tapped love.
It's true.
That's not normal
It is.
love.
Wallahi, this
That's
is
tapped love.
insanity. A little bit.
Like think about it. Would you have not respect for yourself as a female, as the female?
I feel like the word tapped is a bit harsh.
Yeah. Delusional.
Delusional.
Delusional. We'll go with delusional.
Is that
Yeah.
professional?
Yeah, she's. Yeah,
Wallahi, miskeen to guys.
Yeah.
She goes,
Yeah.
I tried to move on from him, but then I saw him in Umrah from the distance.
Someone needs to
No,
tell her
there's
just a
actually
coincidence.
right.
Like you think about
It's
how
a
you gonna see?
coincidence.
You know how many people are in Umrah? How do you see people in Umrah? Like, I don't
Is
care.
that not a sign though?
You're even lucky to even
That's
see
kinda-
Somalis in Umrah.
But you know what she's doing?
She's
she's
sort of-
basically she's seeing the man that she likes, and she thinks it's basically a sign from Allah that this is the person for her.
Yeah.
And then occasionally she's looking out for signs, which is not bad.
But how do you know she didn't like
Why
go?
do you
Like,
know
no. But how do you
It's
know?
not bad.
Like she didn't go on
And
a
then,
snap.
and then she
Imagine
got
she
one
breaks
sign, and then she
Sahara.
got the main sign
Yeah.
that she was
And
looking
then she
for,
saw
No, but
him.
there's the
which
signs
is the
are
sign that says
easy.
to walk away.
No, guys, imagine she prayed istighara, yeah? And then
And
in
it
her mind,
pops up.
she's thinking, where do I get these signs? And then boom, she
Boom,
sees
it's
them
in
in
Umrah.
Umrah. Like, that would send anyone into turmoil. I'm so
Impossible.
sorry.
In
Because
Umrah.
shall I tell you why?
In Umrah!
I could ask you a
What are the
question. Yeah?
chances?
Let's be
One
honest
in
with
a
each other.
million.
Yeah? How is
Literally.
it? How is it possible she sees in Umrah without knowing beforehand them not speaking? Like, yeah, I'm going Umrah, you know.
Because he was ghosting her there.
He might have put it on his snap and then she followed him
How
on the
long?
snap and
How
then
long?
connected
How
it
long?
for
Yeah, how
clock
long?
tower.
How long?
The clock tower, and then she bought into the
Full
story.
story is not
This
there.
is what
Wallahi,
men
so
do.
sorry.
I know, this is literally girls. What this is,
girls.
this
This
is
is what
watch this, clock this behaviour.
No, what we're saying is,
It's a possibility.
how long?
I'm
how
joking,
long-
by the way.
How long did he ghost her for?
Okay, let's see.
Because if you ghosted her for more than 6 months, it's
We don't
impossible.
know. That's it. This is
More
the issue with these
information.
scenarios. We don't have a lot.
More
We go on
information
our
required.
minds.
So what do you lot think? If you ghosted her for 1 month, do you not think he told her that I'm going Omrah in? Because you got to do the visa 1 month beforehand.
Why are you ghosting though? I just
How-
want to know.
how is
what
a
is
man-
ghosting to you? I just don't get it. Why would you stop speaking to someone for a month?
No, but sometimes it's easier to go.
Do you think this guy has stopped
easier.
speaking to the girl, the unrespectable girl from her area?
No, she sounds fun, so he's not gonna stop speaking to her. So it's like, Wallahi, see what I'm saying? No, but yeah, he didn't.
Or even
I don't
despite
think-
this,
yeah.
like you think he's still speaking to her whilst in Umrah? Oh my
days.
goodness.
No, but
She
Okay,
sounds.
never know.
advice, come
She
on.
sounds fun.
no, last advice, just leave it alone. He's
That's
just
the
leave
same
it
advice
alone.
you gave at the beginning.
Yeah, just leave it alone. He's not
frame the
serious
thing.
about it though. That's the
No.
truth.
It's
He's
a
not.
frame- I think she should.
I think
She's
look, they might be
delusional.
as
She
good
needs
for
to
each
just
other.
wake up, read the room,
No,
read
I
the
don't
room,
think
sis.
so.
Nah, man, don't.
No,
you know,
he
why
needs
do-
to
why-
stay with the
this
other
is
girl.
This is the world that we live in. There might be possibilities.
No.
There's hope. Maybe she
Why?
might. Be
How
the
would
one
she
that
feel
can
even if she?
take him, well,
She's
like,
a second
Guys, this
option.
is
though.
so weird.
It's okay,
He
it's
seemed
not
to
her
tick all the boxes: motivated,
See?
religious, very good looking, and not like the other guys. He was pretty introverted and kept to himself.
Mm-hmm.
This man does not seem like someone who would be performing zina
Yeah,
with
yeah,
an
yeah.
unrespectable girl. Do you think maybe the information could be incorrect and the
It
friend
could be.
the
There
friend
you
could be
go.
sabotaged?
And there's a lot of girls that sabotage
Wallahi
good
there
things.
is.
I'm telling you.
Do you
it's a fact.
think?
100%. It's always the girl who's the cult leader of the group that's like, oh, he's like this.
Sometimes
or
it could be the
blah, blah,
guys,
blah.
you know.
I'm
not
telling
gonna
you.
lie. Even
And
guys.
they buy
Wallahi,
into
some
it.
guys as well. do
But
it.
it might not even be like a he's like this. It could be I
They're just
heard.
envious
heard.
about the
I
baby,
heard
yeah.
this,
I heard.
but yeah.
Yeah, I
If
heard.
it's I heard, then I take it all
Yeah.
back.
It could be I heard. I think
I
it's
take
I
it
heard.
all
So
back.
basically, all the revelation came from when she shared
friend.
it
Her
with
Her
the
friend might
friends.
like him. Wallahi, her
Plot
friend might like
twist.
him, yeah.
That
And she
is a
said, you
plot
know what,
twist.
yeah, I'm gonna, and then
gonna
she's
ruin
gonna,
this whole
and then she's
thing.
gonna come back like, oh, Habibi, say wallah, that's what happened.
Maybe
you know what,
the-
she was nasty.
Maybe the friend is the girl,
Plot
Maybe
twist.
she-
The unrespectable
She could
girl.
be.
but maybe no. But why would she lie about herself? That's
That's
weird.
so weird.
It
Girls
is.
That
do
would be a plot twist.
Some females
That'd be
do
a
that,
contest.
so you have to, you know.
Guys, what are these females are coming across? What do you
Well,
mean?
we've come across a crazy
Yeah.
lot of
Plethora.
females. Wallah.
Wallahi, of,
Oh my god, we'd love to hear more.
We have so much experiences. I don't know about him.
No,
me personally.
him, yeah, he's got so much. Me, the ones I've come across have been, subhanAllah.
Like, you know what? Recently, because I've moved over to the United States, I find it so much more relief over there.
Have you actually officially moved?
I haven't officially moved.
Why New York?
Do you know what it is?
Love
And also, what
I'm
about
a-
the podcast?
That's what I'm saying. I'm working towards that now.
Yeah.
So we're looking at, like, you know, alhamdulillah.
Where are you gonna go?
I'm staying in England, love. That's it. Like, I'm not moving. I'm happy
Sorry.
here, literally.
Uh,
Yeah.
Me, I'm going where the money is at the moment. America's
just
going to
goes
be closed
anywhere.
off. I knew this from like the last 6 months, so I've just operationed myself over there.
So is Birdy going to be on Zoom? Is that
No, I'm
No,
always
I
going to
think
come.
no,
It's
no.
only 6 hours flight, and I'm on British Airways discount.
Or
£30.
like, just run it here.
Avios
going.
points?
Yeah, no, not even Avis Post. I'm on like staff discount. Like, I don't mind jump seat.
Oh, nice.
Like £30 up here. I buy take me to America. What are you
What?
talking about?
Oh, bring us in.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm going Gambia tomorrow night. Quite cheap.
That's
like
nice.
it's quite easy, man.
Do you get
Yeah.
the privileges from being his friend?
Nothing. I get
Oh.
zero. He's booked a flight for me once and got my name wrong, and I never put that. Like, literally.
He panicked.
You
He's
can
been,
change it
He's been
then.
panicked. Yes,
Yeah, no.
thank you, Walal. Like, how crazy is
But I'm like an airport
1 month
dad.
your
I'm, like,
flight start,
really
1
worried
month you're
about,
saying,
like,
bro,
doing that.
it's China.
I did that
It's
once.
Like, I'm really
Chinese.
worried.
I did it to my mother once.
No, you can change
And
it.
it
I
was-
changed my
it was
flight.
no-
But the
you have to
you know what the
pay.
problem was? It was
I didn't pay
with
mine.
China Air, and they kept replying back to me in Chinese. Wallahi. Like, literally, it was all in Mandarin. And
Like, it
I'm
doesn't
saying
say at
to
the
him,
top, translate.
no, but no, I couldn't. It's off the app. And even when I like screenshot it, just like and like
Just
try
be
and copy and
honest.
paste.
When it, like, he's an old man.
So you missed the flight.
No, luckily I made it.
This is 1 month he was complaining. 1
Yeah, but
month
you have
before.
to.
Do you get anxious about
A
stuff?
little bit, yeah. I get to the airport like 5-6 hours early. Like
No
I'm one of them
way.
type of people. Where he'll
You're like
turn
our
up.
parents. I love
Yeah,
that.
proper airport dad. That's what I am.
That's good. Right. What else, guys? What
Um,
else is going on with you lot?
well, all good. Me and him were having a discussion. I think we need a female's take on this one. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We're talking about.
He
So-
knows you're basically saying this because you know on their side.
They're gonna agree. I
Yeah,
know
of
they
course,
are.
because but they're naturally gonna agree.
No,
because
but
they're
let's just see.
females.
Let's just see. Let's see where it goes. All right. Hamza would rather his worst enemy in life marry his sister than his friend. He would never let his friend.
Well, let me think about this.
Like, even if his friend we're talking about good friends.
Please bring the scenario because they're quite nice.
Okay.
The way you lot give us. So let me give the scenario on my way.
No, but
then
he's gonna remix it.
What
He's
you're
gonna
saying,
remix
it's
it.
not.
Well, he's
Okay,
gonna
go.
remix it.
I walk into.
Okay, can I interrupt? Can I
No,
jump
it's
in if
fair.
you're remixing it then? Please.
Okay, go.
Go on.
I'll think about it.
Go on. Well, let's go.
Yeah, listen
is
to this now.
important.
Yeah, you're looking at it from a brother's point of view. Yeah, I'm Hamza with 16 sisters. I walk into
Mashallah.
Nando's. Yeah,
He's remixed it already. He's remixed it
How?
already.
I've
You've
walked
remixed
into
it already.
Nando's.
Okay, I like it.
No,
Go.
it's fair. Look,
No, but you remixed it. But go on. Sorry, bro.
I'll
Like, I can't.
I walk into Nando's and I'm thinking, might get a peri peri, might get a wrap. I look to my right hand side in absolute astonishment. What do I see?
Your worst enemy.
No, my friend, my good friend, and my sister having a date.
Did this actually happen?
No.
No. This is.
If this happened, I wouldn't be here. There's no way I would be here today.
Yeah.
You would be. I'll be doing a Zoom call. Like how you said, I'll be doing a Zoom call. There'll be no way. Yeah.
That's
so, anyways, yeah, I said to him, for my friend now to even look at my sister, yeah, because I bring friends to my house, right? Yeah. So when I say, oh, 1 second, all the doors locked, straight to my room. Yeah, boom. We close. You shouldn't even have the chance to look at it. You know,
Valid.
like I'm looking at like any sisters, I go to them, looking down. Lower your gaze, brother. Like what you got to do is. Like, so my thing is, for you to even look at my sister, to even have the thought of my sister, I take it as it's my
It's a
salama.
betrayal.
100%.
I
Because
agree.
how
That's
else
betrayal.
would you see my sister?
Yeah, it's because I let you into my home.
I let you into my home today. And
Valid.
you might have seen my sister just close the door. That one little inkle that you saw, now all of a sudden you're in love.
So we both agree that's betrayal. That's betrayal.
But now
I
he's
don't-
saying to me, look,
Your
he's coming after me
No, can
by
I just-
saying, let me finish,
Okay,
because
go on.
let me finish. The
Go
reason
on.
why I say this is
Yeah.
because I have a valid point, and it doesn't matter if
don't.
you tell me all the sheikhs, all the dumar, all the world.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. For me, I believe it's right.
All right.
My own friend,
Good friend.
good friend.
God-fearing friend, religious friend.
I don't have that.
I know you don't.
You
but
have that.
Hypothetically.
It doesn't
So you
matter.
don't have religious friends?
No, I don't. If I had religious friends, I would be very religious.
Okay.
I'm just saying it in the
That's
most
a valid-
humble- like,
valid
you know what I mean?
point,
Like,
go.
at the end of the day, if I see you, you want your deen and you want to be, I'm backing away from you.
Right.
Not in a rude way to you or not, just that some of the stuff that I might do, it might not be for the right path for you. And I want to
Okay.
help you as a
Okay,
friend.
okay.
Is that
So
how
you
like-
don't want to influence them?
Yeah,
Get
because
it.
at the end of the day, I'm Hamza.
That's very thoughtful.
You know what I'm trying to say? Just because I do something doesn't mean that it's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valid.
You have to have the common sense. So I said to him, I don't have very good, very, 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 very good friends that I classify as religious, financially stable, everything. Because it's not just about religion.
Okay.
Religion don't mean nothing.
Valid. Yes.
Like, I'm not saying in a rude way, religion
Religious
don't mean
means,
nothing.
yeah.
There's
But
other
it's
aspects. Yeah.
other aspects that add onto it. Because there's some religious men that A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim.
What,
Yes.
feed you bread.
That is a
But
fact.
Yeah,
carry
there's some
on.
mosques that I go to that some men are looking at me like, what the hell are you doing here? I said, bro, it's got nothing to do with you, bro. I'm here to pray just the same as you.
Yeah.
But some people take that offensive.
Okay.
You have to look at things in an open.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I don't have that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said to
That's
him,
the problem.
I wouldn't expect any of my friends
Yeah.
to marry that. Or rather, my worst enemy is the example I gave.
Because you know your friends.
Exactly. Whereas my worst enemy, like now today, doesn't matter whoever it is. My sister comes to me and something's wrong with her husband. Like you can't touch my sister,
Valid.
physically or nothing.
Yeah.
So it's a conversation's done. So now, if you have an argument with my sister, now I'm gonna be like, what did he raise his voice? What did he do? I want to know what you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now if we're not, our friendship's over. Because I can't be in a car, you venting about my sister.
But if you had a good friend,
I don't think you
what,
should
what,
be
what,
get
doing
what I'm
that
saying?
anyway.
what about if you
It's
had
a
a
bit
good friend?
awkward. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
weird.
think you should be doing that.
That was
They
gonna
shouldn't
happen,
be
though.
talking
Like,
about-
either way, both of you, like your sister shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't even.
But
be
it's not
involved
like
in
that because now,
shouldn't be
even if
involved.
my sister gets married, me and my sister like that,
Yeah, but you're not involved in a marriage, bro.
I don't have to be involved.
But
in
she
marriage.
might- but
No,
she might come
if
to
you
him.
don't know the guy, she can
She
easily
might-
speak to him
Well,
about.
But his sister might
the
come to him and
situation,
just
And then
yeah, like
I'd be like, I don't want to
her
hear it.
frus- vent her
I'm so sorry.
frustration.
Wallahi, respectfully, I'd be like,
Why?
sis, I don't want to hear it.
It's
Wallahi.
good. That's a good
Wallahi,
approach.
like me, I'd be like, I don't want to hear it.
What if she's really going through it and she
Go
needs
to
you?
mum. This ain't for me. This
But
is
why?
for
But
mum.
she needs your perspective
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, go to mum.
That's
She's
bad,
been
man.
there. She's got
Who's
8
gonna be
kids.
their role model if it's not you?
No, but it's not me. Not me. I can't. Like marriage.
Have you got other brothers?
Yeah, I've got an older brother. Probably pulling it off to him and be like, Mo, you look after that. But like genuinely for me is I feel like when you're married, you separate church and state. Like that should not mix. Like family, anything is you two as a couple.
No, but
deal with
we're
it.
not talking about your
isolates
sister
her.
coming to you and cussing you about a husband. We're talking to you about your sister coming to a genuine problem. Look, me and the husband, we're not communicating very well. X, Y, Z's happening. What do you think I should do, Hamza? Like, I find that as more, all right, cool, let's sit down. Let's
Yeah,
That's
it's like a
okay.
consultation.
Yeah, but up to
Who
what
else
point?
is she gonna go to if it's not
Yeah,
you?
but up to that point. But it's when it starts becoming repetitive and she's moaning and
It's
blah
not,
blah blah.
but then that's when you.
I think she'd be
that's
taking
when
it
you
easy.
say today,
Step
listen,
in.
there's some things
Do you
that you don't
reckon?
need to tell me. Well, I like get out.
No, but also
No,
if
but
it's
as a man-
repetitive, maybe
There's something wrong.
there's a red. There's very
There's a red flag, but
and
then-
you should know your sister as well.
yeah, but then I'm
Like, I
saying,
know what's good about my sister and what's
who knows
bad.
better than your
Yeah.
mum though? Like your mum who's been
no,
there.
mum
she knows-
mum don't know
sometimes
nothing,
gives some
bro.
toxic advice, man.
Do you reckon?
Skachog!
Do you reckon this?
Not that skachog is a bad thing,
Yeah.
but sometimes if I don't have brothers, but if I had brothers, it would be very good to get their
Get
Get
perspective
their,
on it.
get their perspective.
I'm an only child,
Oh,
You're the only child.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're like what my mum used to say to
Princess.
me, golden child.
basically.
the only child.
I'm
yeah.
everything.
But yeah,
Yeah.
if I'm saying, but if you did have a good friend, would that run? If you
No
did,
way.
but see, what I'm saying, even if you did have a good friend who was God fearing, religious, whatever, you still don't want that for your sister.
It's a massive gamble. You know what it is. The problem
No,
is.
I agree. I agree with
Yeah,
you.
it's just.
You agree with him?
Yeah.
This,
Shall I tell you
I
why?
can't believe this. What you? Yo, why this is wild.
Shall I tell you why?
This
Because
is crazy.
because it's like me and my best friend.
Right.
It's like I know too much. Do you know what I mean? I know too much.
Yeah.
I've been through things with you. I've heard, do you know what I mean? I've just
I
seen.
know the madness.
I know
no,
everything.
but when I'm saying that, look, for me, I've got different pockets of friends. I've got Allahumma barik, religious
he's a
friends,
good- if
religious friends.
yeah.
I've got crazy friends.
Yeah, but
I've got
at the point,
So it's-
you know, the religious friend. At some point, he was non-religious, and at
Yeah.
that point, he was still your friend.
Yeah, he was still my
so,
friend.
But
But the underdog story.
even though it's not good to judge, but like the way Hamza's described it, it's like.
I can't
He
believe
knows.
this. Wallah, look at how smug he looks right now. I can't believe
No,
this.
but it's wait.
You are the first people, by the way, who's
But
ever
it's
agreed
a
with him.
gamble. It's a massive like.
No, but they
good-
understand it from a
Do
female
you know what it is?
perspective,
Like
right?
marriage is. Are we talking about marriage or are we talking
Yeah,
about
marriage,
Yeah.
marriage.
Marriage is always going to be a gamble. Do you know what I mean? No matter like who it is.
Yeah.
If it's someone familiar, usually you think, oh, okay, that's a good thing. But that's might not necessarily.
It's all about the approach, though. If the
Might
guy
not
that's
necessarily-
come
Doesn't
to me,
matter. How is that guy gonna look at your
it's the
sister?
approach. It's the approach. If a guy's come to me respectfully, that I know, a good friend of mine who's religious and does
Yes,
ticks
I
all the
agree
bo-
with that.
and
Yes,
he's come to me
that's
and said, "Yo,
different.
listen, bro," and he hasn't even spoken to her. He just says, "Bro, like, genuinely, I know you got that sister. Like, I'd like to get to know her with your blessing. Can you?"
I agree with that.
And,
then.
and then I go
And
to
he's
my
never
sister.
seen her before.
And he's
Never seen her.
Yeah.
And I go to my
valid.
sister and be like, "Sis, I got this brother for you. Blah blah blah. What do you think?" Yep. Assalamu alaikum. That for me is a normal situation and is respectful.
Me personally, I don't think a good brother would ever do that.
And they do that though. They do.
That's a
They do.
madness.
I know guys are knocking on
Like,
girls.
it doesn't
Do you
matter.
what?
Girls'
What do you
doors.
mean?
Like, allow it.
think about it, like me going to Bird and saying,
No,
well, like you've got a sister, so try bust me on your sister.
No, look how
Like,
you
come
wording
on,
it.
man.
Like
Like,
that.
How you wording
it
it?
is the
No, but
same
look how you
thing.
worded it.
Like,
I
Like,
think
like,
it's
think
all
about
about
it,
how I think it's about how you.
I think it's
how
the
they
closeness.
approach. Yeah, how you've approached the
How
situation.
closely
you can't.
How your friend has approached the situation, I think, says a lot about
Yeah,
what
about
you're going to
them.
do next.
No, it's not even that. It's I find it about them. Like it doesn't matter to me. Whatever.
It's
There's a
always
million
conversation.
females in this world.
Why my sister?
Why my sister?
But don't you want good for your sister?
want
If
good
he was
for
a
your
good
sister.
I
man,
do, but guess what?
If
Wallah,
he was a good man.
you know what
There's
good
a
comes
shortage
from?
of good men.
Good comes from them
Valid.
learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand me? Right now, alhamdulillah, I've got a few businesses in my life. I've had to fail to get to where I need to
Yeah.
get to. Wallah.
Valid.
And if I didn't fail, might have not even got there. I would have been lost. Does that make sense? So now me stopping my sisters from learning and then later not being able to learn things because guess what, Wallah, I could die tomorrow.
So I don't know what I don't. I'm sorry, I don't
It's
get it.
hard. Do you know
Well, I
what's
don't get it. He
really
went on a big
hard?
monologue and I don't get
No,
it.
but
I still don't
think
get it.
you know where you guys
Well, I still don't
differ.
get
I feel like I'm on the fence.
Me
It's
too.
hard.
But you know where you differ. I think what sold me on you was because you said to me, I know my friends and I know that they wouldn't be good husbands.
Yeah.
That's how you referenced it.
And
From the
yes.
perspective of like having religion,
Yep.
having
Finance.
finances.
But also it could
being
be,
education.
but that could
and
be
the way he said it,
But that could be that like this is you're talking about your sister. So no matter how good the person is, they will never amount to being good enough.
Good
for
enough,
your,
yeah,
for
that's
your
so true,
sister.
yeah.
But if it's good enough for her,
So she's just on a different pedestal
exactly.
to
No,
them.
to me, I look at like whatever my sister brings, then it's for her. She knows what she wants, what's good for her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't have no control over that, you know. So for me today now, because my friend wants to, he might like. I can never go to a guy and say, you got a sister there, mate. You might as well, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense.
I'm not.
I think
Like,
it's
think about it.
I think
Like,
how
think
you
about
feel
what
is
I mean.
akin to.
It's the truth, though. Think about it.
I think the
That
way
is
you're
not
feeling
hard.
about the situation, I feel like it's probably like
valid.
how you'd
It's
feel about your
crazy.
daughter potentially,
Yeah.
and the man comes to the house wanting her hand in marriage.
Bro, think about that.
That is the biggest respect a man can give you.
That's what I'm saying. You know what?
And wallahi is the
I don't
biggest
even
respect.
But I don't
I'm being
think you'd be
serious.
happy with that.
Impossible.
So you want her?
It's
It's the same. It's the same thing. You're feeling the same
Well,
way.
you think
It's
of
like
that. That is the biggest respect.
Yeah, exactly. You told me a friend of
But if
yours.
it was a randomer that you don't know, you'd be okay with that.
Yeah, because that randomer, before he comes to me, he's got to go through my sister. And if I'm like this, do you think I never gave my sister training?
Cool. And then you're saying, but I think the way you're different is because you're saying you've got different types of friends.
I've got
and if
different-
you've got
yeah.
religious friends who are financially stable,
Yeah.
who are empathetic,
Tick
who
all
are
the
kind.
boxes, yeah.
But and he says to you, I'm not gonna lie, if he said to you, I want your sister. That'd
No,
be
but it's not
weird.
like that. Is it?
Do you know what I mean? Like,
No,
Why
it's-
is that
think about
You guys have got a
how-
problem with
like,
wording.
guys,
It's
can I
not
get your
like that. It's
sister
never
to
going to
do
be
that?
like that.
But I get where you're coming from.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's not like they're not going to approach you like that.
How do you get where he's coming from? You don't have
It's
sisters.
actually weird.
I know.
Imagine
mad.
your friend of 10 years being like, yes,
Yeah.
so.
Do you have sisters?
Yeah.
So imagine now one of your sister. Oh, you
No, you can't work.
If you had a brother,
I have a brother
you have a
too.
brother. Yeah. So
Yeah.
imagine now one of your friends came and said, "Oh, we like your brother."
Oh my God, yeah.
Like my sisters, what they do is anyone that comes to them and says, "Oh, we like Hamza," or anything, they cut them off. Straight cutting off.
They say we're not.
Straight
No
cutting
more.
off.
We're not
They,
their
what?
friends.
You like my
Don't do
brother? Yeah.
I think it's
How old
different.
are they?
Well, so many. I don't know when to start.
Literally, yeah.
Well, I've got 31,
So wait, they
30,
actually cut them
28,
off?
24, 22.
What's their reason for cutting?
Cutting off is because once you start, then like, it's happened to us a few times. The females start like, "Oh, man, can I come around to your house? Can I come around to your house? Can I come around to your
Start
house?"
stalking you.
Like you can clock it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yo, bro, don't bring your sister." And
You know-
me, the thing is, why sure that I'm out of the house.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
I'll leave the whole house to you.
Yeah.
You know, brother's best friend is a big trope.
I just.
Is
It's
it
a big
what?
trope
There's
in
a
movies and
shortage of good
books.
men.
Yeah, like a
There's
lot
a
of
shortage of good
a
men
lot
if
of
you've got
people.
them.
Nah, man,
daydream
like we've
about
always
that.
said to my sisters, like a bond, like we can find our opposite outside of this household. Why are we?
I
looking?
agree. Honestly, I agree.
Instead of bringing too much
I
complication.
don't
'cause
agree with.
At the end of the day, we're
don't agree
family.
often, but
Let's
I
just stick
agree.
to family. It's like me saying, "Would I marry my cousin?"
It's weird. I'm so sorry.
I just don't know how
It's
the friend
weird.
would approach the brother. That's what I need.
No, I think if we figure
Create
out.
that
if-
for me.
Like,
And how you
Create
sitting
that
down
scenario
quietly,
for
like,
me. How are you
make
gonna
make
say it?
sense. Like you're sitting down with your bedroom. You're right now. Nando's. You're eating the chicken. You're about to put the bread in your mouth, and he says, "Hey, Birdie, I like your sister." You know.
that's not how it goes.
No.
firstly.
But I think
Firstly, they've got to line up nicely, bro. So they've got to talk about obviously their accomplishments, what they're doing in life, whatever. And I'm hearing it. I'm hearing, mashallah, well done,
So
bro.
that-
Everything's
so
going
that-
well.
But he's not your friend then.
No,
Yeah.
let's just. I'm thinking how I would ask.
This guy's associates with
saying?
anyone. The kebab shop, you're taking them for food.
I do.
Like,
I
he's
do.
friends with anyone.
very well-
So really,
I'm
truly,
so
for him now,
easily influenced.
everyone is okay. Whereas
Yeah.
me,
That's
I've
nice.
seen so many things in my life. I'm
You
saying,
just got
yo,
bad, but you
Yeah.
say it, you've got bad friends. I've got good friends. I've got good friends that you
bro,
know.
I don't believe in no friends.
That's
Like,
wild.
it's just crazy. Because at the
wild.
end of the day, there's always going to be a point when something's going to change.
I just think who's gonna treat your sister
No.
better than somebody
no,
who's
that's
close to
not
you?
nice.
That's
And I'm
not.
not saying in a bad thing. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it because maybe with me,
I think
hurt.
you need to stop looking at it so
Friendships.
negatively.
well, like, it's not negative at all. I'm very
I think
open.
you're vigilant. You're being
Yeah.
too
Why?
But I'm
vigilant.
Too
protective
hyper
over
vigilant.
my own family. Well, like you're my sisters. I'm not trying. I take this like
Which is a very
protection.
good
Like
quality,
I
I'm
take
not
it. I
gonna
take it
lie.
as a value of like I'm not in it for the
You're
job.
very protective.
Yeah,
That's a
we've
good
gathered
thing.
that.
Yeah.
But what about? So you saying that?
What
you,
about what your sister wants?
Then
when
that's
she
I'm
wants
with
him?
that.
Yeah, well, yeah. What about if your sister wants him?
Then that's
actually
with
the
her.
point.
Like before it gets to my sister used to come to tell me that Anna Asagara.
So don't you?
Then him coming to me and telling me I see your sister.
Okay.
Because now it's like I brought you into my house. I'm always gonna think that I'm the one that allowed this to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
You might be stopping Romeo and Juliet.
I think he is. I think
I'm
he's an
alright
enemy
with
of
that.
progress.
Because
I
Romeo
think.
and Juliet, we know what
I
happened.
generally do feel that way. Yeah, that's what I think.
No, I think if your sister wanted him, then it changes the dynamics completely.
No, but then that's even more weird because then that means he spoke to.
No,
your
but that's how
sister
I feel like
behind
that.
your back.
I feel like no, she doesn't want him because she spoke to him.
Yeah,
Doesn't
she wants,
necessarily.
exactly. She might just want to say, you know what, he looks
She's
like a good man.
opened the
okay.
door for Hamza and his friends one night. She's
She's
Like, they
seen
tease
my
me on that.
man.
My sister teases me like, we like one of your friends, you know. Shut up, bro. What you on about? Like, they know that it's a trigger.
Yeah.
Like they could get to me with that
But
because I've said this.
But one day it could be real, and I just think if it
don't know
is,
Allah.
then
But it's
that's
qadar Allah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm not in this. Like I don't own this world. Allah owns this world, right? Whatever's
Yeah.
written is written, right? I'm only gonna work on what I believe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're saying you're cutting the friend off if he even so much as looks at your sister.
I agree with that.
But before I cut
do
him off,
agree.
he's gonna get cut off.
I agree with that.
Real life cutting off, like what do you mean, bro?
Yeah. Violence.
Are boys like? Do boys have like really close friendships? Like, are you guys besties?
Do you know what? Yeah,
Do you guys have besties?
not anymore, man.
I've got.
Why?
Yeah,
This one guy's he seems
He's
like
been
such a
hurt.
pessimist.
This guy
Why?
is like he's had such a crazy like experience. Me, I've got good friends, brothers. I don't call them my friends; they're my brothers.
You guys are yin and yang.
You
I
can
love
just
you.
tell the
Him,
difference.
he's
in
just
your
been like-
life.
Hamza, what have you been through?
I don't know, like,
Let's make it a therapy session.
Yeah,
maybe what I do you know what it is, yeah. I was telling someone this the other day, and I was like, I've come to the conclusion. I think in the last couple of years of my life, I've always just wanted a brother
Oh,
because
you
I've
don't
never
have
had.
a
I
brother.
don't have a brother.
So you have all
All
sisters.
girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
16
Just
girls.
Just
you.
make it, yeah.
One
Wow.
boy.
Yeah, and like
Alright.
any
Allah
friendship
Allah.
I've ever had,
Mashallah.
like from young, whether it be 8 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, it's always ended up snake. Like always ended up
Really?
either way hadan or something's gone wrong or like, and it's very minimal. Like it's always the worst at the times, and it's always like, like I might have not known all this time they were envying me, or they were always like.
You know,
like,
boys'
it's sad.
relationships are really
Really
scary.
Yeah, when it goes wrong, it goes wrong.
Yeah, when it
Yeah,
goes
it goes really
wrong.
bad.
And I think it
girls don't do
traumatizes
that to each
to
other,
that
you know.
extent.
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, like me, I feel like then it traumatized. Then now I'm at a stage where khalas, like
So if you meet
I don't
people,
know.
you don't really trust them as much.
I don't
obviously.
trust
he
nobody.
doesn't trust
man.
nobody. Literally.
And that's not nothing
It's very
bad.
sad.
Like, I give you what you
May
give
Allah
me.
bless you with good companions.
I mean.
And
I mean,
alhamdulillah, I think Allah does. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe
You
I
don't
think-
open yourself to
Oh,
it.
too much, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, you know what? Yeah, even years can come. It's still a bit. I'm a bit like. oh.
You're always gonna have your guard up, though, innit?
You know what I got. But alhamdulillah, at the end of the day, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And I think I've come to that conclusion where Allah is my best friend. Simple as that.
Oh,
That's
that's
nice.
so sweet. But
What a
also
good
you've
save.
got a very,
What an
I
amazing
know,
save.
right?
That is an amazing save.
But I feel like also your personality
Yeah.
is very, it's very out there in a good way. So I feel like even if you don't feel like you're close to people, I feel
People
like
might feel like they're
close to you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You might create a safe environment for
For
someone
them.
they don't even realize. I mean, you don't even realize.
And I think that's why, like, even at the beginning, that's why one of the reasons why I started the whole podcast thing, because I went on No Rules. I don't know if you know Filthy Fellas. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
So I went on there, which wasn't a bad podcast or whatnot. Then I just felt like, this is not me.
There was a lot of boy energy in that podcast.
And it's not that it wasn't me. It was just like, I'm Muslim, so we have to watch out what we do.
Yeah,
I'm getting a bit
valid.
lost in this. It's a bit, no, you know what's going on here, lads. All right, calm down a bit. And then it's like, you know what, yeah? Can I do something where I can be a bit of myself and still have a bit of composure?
Yeah.
Does that make a balance? And I feel like with this Abti podcast, I'm working on that.
You have more control as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. And no one can dictate what they want to do. So it's
Yeah.
me and
Yeah,
him.
it's your thing, and I
Yeah.
feel you guys are going to be so big. Honestly, give it a year, even less
constant,
than
yeah.
that. It's
To
going to
me,
be
it's
massive.
not. To me, at the end of the day, I just want to be president of Somalia. That's my dream.
Yeah, that's his
Yeah,
thing.
I know you said
No,
that.
that's a serious thing.
And that's a serious thing.
But
And
are
I'm
you
working on
gonna
that.
just, are you just gonna hire the Prius drivers to be the MPs?
Why?
Or are you gonna actually
know.
have good people?
Of course. You lot maybe MPs, you know.
in the cabinet
Wazir
positions.
ka Dolan
The media.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
media.
you know what it is? This is how I look at it. Yeah? Whatever we learn from this country.
I think you could do it.
No, but I look at it like this. Whatever we learn from this westernized country, which is at the moment falling down dramatically,
Yeah.
especially from the tariffs that we had yesterday. So that's a bit headache.
Tariffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if I take that back to a place that hasn't got it, yeah, and I can build something now. Yeah. For instance, now I'm trying to build like a Royal Mail service in Bosaso. So I want to do like postal. So now we have a street.
Okay.
We have a door. We have a postcode. We have
Postcode.
something now that someone in
ship to.
Somalia can be like, I'm going to send it to Bosaso N15 XYZ.
Yeah, that's a brilliant
Do
idea.
you know what I'm trying to say? Okay, cool. Now I've shown them something tangible.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's make money from that. Let's bring Amazon from that. Let's bring Shein from that. Let's bring this from that. People now, because they're all on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
They Somalia have more
They're
phones
so.
than you can expect.
I can
So
imagine.
it's, for me, it's like change. I don't want to be president now. I'm looking at 10 years,
Yeah.
2035.
You've got to gain the people's
Gain the
trust.
people, exactly.
Yeah, later
Because
on.
you know what
Build
happens?
something.
Do you know what happens? There's people that like get loads of funding to do a specific project, but do like a really bullshit job
Yeah.
and end up pocketing loads of the
Yeah,
money.
so much.
So you have like a half-built road, or like
Yeah.
you know, like like little,
a BTEC job of something.
like just
they should have
something
done.
rubbish, like that's half done.
I don't want that. That's why with me, I'd say steady and slow.
Yeah.
And also the infrastructure in Somalia is either cafes, hotels, or something that's like it's not selfish, because in some sense you obviously created equity for yourself and your family, but it's equity that's like,
it's a bit selfish.
it is selfish though, because it's not going back into
not
the
public
community.
service.
It's not a public service.
The problem with Somalia that we have is a lot of people rely on financial help outside of Somalia.
Yeah, big.
Still? As
Yeah.
much?
As much, of
Yes,
course.
yeah, sending
If
money
you,
is like
if you
a lot.
speak to at least
Yeah.
80% of the people, their bill every month is coming
True.
from abroad.
Yeah.
They're from abroad.
Does that make sense? That's number one. Number two is we live in a society that have been constantly being told you're nothing. You lot just know Qabil. You lot know that. You grew up, imagine growing up from like a kid and now you're 16, 17 and all you know is that we're never going to go nowhere because we're Qabil. We're never going to go nowhere because we're Qabil. We're never going to go nowhere because of that. That then now is injected in you where you need someone to change the mindset.
Yeah, it's
Does
true.
that make sense?
Yeah.
One thing I learned in Somalia, because I got it a lot, is that people hefty things. Do you know what I mean? Hefty,
Does that
they're off by heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Just
English and
memorize
that, you're talking to them in English, but they don't know what they're saying. They're just repeating it.
Yeah.
no
How are you?
comprehension.
I'm fine. Bro,
No,
I'm
they
telling
don't-
you,
they don't-
how are you?
They say, how do you do?
I'm
Yeah,
fine.
how do you do? Yeah. The Bible of the
I'm like,
Bible.
bro, do you know what you're saying?
Yeah.
And it's the same I look at it is like you have to now change it a little bit. So TikTok's helping, having a bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
Nowadays they're going to little parties, they're having a small
So
little
what
There's
shit.
is
loads of there's
So you're
loads
going to
of
be the
businesses though. No?
charismatic leader.
Yeah,
Like
the
like, do
people
you know
we
it's
need.
something that we can relate with them. Like
Imagine
now,
he turns out to be a dictator like the rest of them. Imagine that. Just imagine like
bro,
one day you just turn
let's
out to
be honest with you, the way I look at it.
Oh my God, can you imagine
Yeah.
Hamza?
Hamza, just
He
imagine.
just flips.
Yeah, and then said, you know, like
Like, but you
Thursday in
wanna go
office,
in
no more votes allowed to anybody. I'm taking over.
I will bring up the snippets from this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, this is Hamza
Yeah.
dictatorship.
Something happened before the villain era. That's what
Before,
happened.
after.
But do you, I think our country needs a dictator. That's the only way
Nah,
Somalians
man.
are. I've been honest. I just all we respect is authority, an iron fist. We don't like
I
too much
don't
wiggle
think
room.
And the thing is with me
Being
is, I
serious.
think I fear Allah. So
Yeah.
even if I was gonna do anything
Yeah,
like
there's
that,
a big
there's a bigger risk because
responsibility.
you have to
Yeah.
understand.
Everyone
Someone
gets
that
corrupted,
fears
bro.
Allah
Yeah.
is not worried about what you give, your hypocrisy, your judgment, anything
Yeah.
you give. Because at the end of the day, there's a bigger question that needs to be
No,
answered.
of course.
It's a big responsibility being a ruler.
Yeah, but it's a lot of money.
It's
All
about
I want to
money.
do personally is I just want to come into England with the flag, just the Somali flag, and I'm driving and I get
In the
stopped by the
car.
police here.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Diplomatic.
Yeah, I can't.
And you come through the airport really
Yeah.
quickly
Yeah.
as well. The
No huddle.
diplomatic
Get our
path.
embassy, give us a nice embassy like the Saudis, and you know,
Oh
like
my God.
make us something again.
But you know, they do these theatrical things where, you know, when like a leader's coming off a plane and there's like a red carpet,
Yeah.
and then
everything.
you've got like the men on this side and the one
Yeah.
they're all like
He'd
clapping.
love
And
that. He'd love
Is that what you
yeah,
want?
that's what he wants.
You want the glory of
He wants
it.
the glory.
I'll play it smart though. I'll play it smart though. Don't get ridiculous. I'll be like,
Yeah.
I see you, bro.
you need some photo opportunities, remember?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? At the end of the day, whatever Allah's written for you is written for you. Why can't you have fun?
100%.
No.
Valid.
Yeah, well, like,
That's how I look
if
at it.
Donald Trump's president, bro, anything is possible.
And he's talking about third term, you know. He's talking about
And
doing
he
third
might
term.
do it. They
And
might
he might
allow
do, so
it.
that just shows you anything is possible.
That
Like.
is very true, Allah. That is very
I
true.
think you should believe in it. I think you can do it.
You got my vote anyway.
You've
I
got a
said
very
it.
charismatic
Yeah.
personality. I think you can do
Yeah.
it.
You can
Inshallah, bro.
But you just have to be for the people.
Yeah.
You can't be like the rest
Yeah.
of them. That takes 60 years to build one.
But you know, I feel like every leader that's been for the people, something's happened to them. Something
Yeah,
bad.
I think they all start off good,
Yeah.
and then eventually
No, because they see
become
money.
Or that they're so moral that they get killed.
No, there's a
Yeah,
really good leader in
assassinations.
Africa
Yeah.
at the moment. I don't know which country it is, but he always wears military attire.
Is he good or bad?
I
He's
know who he
really
told-
good,
He's really
though.
good. The guy
He
with the
told Macron
Where is he
to.
from? Is he from Gabon?
What's his name?
Mali. I think it's one of them. I don't know what his name is, but he's always dressed in army
Yeah.
get up. Yeah, he's
Oh,
kicked out
that's
all the
bothering
French.
me now.
Yeah, he's,
Oh, I heard this.
Yeah,
What's his
he's
name? He
kicked
kicked them out.
he kicked out.
Was it in Burkina Faso?
Burkina Faso? Yeah, Burkina Faso.
Yeah,
Bro,
he's
man-
a really good leader.
Yeah, he's going
I
back
think
to the
so.
original, bro. And he's even like in their courts, he's told them stop wearing like these westernized
Yeah,
like
go back to
court
your-
clothes. They've got to wear like I don't know, like Diras and that now. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what they're wearing. Or just whatever it is, they're wearing that. But yeah, Batis. Yeah.
Party.
Yeah,
I was
wearing
like, I don't know. And there's also another really good leader, the one in South America, that's like made the country spotless. No more
Zero
crime.
rate, bro. He put all the gang
But I
leaders,
don't know-
anyone who's affiliated in gangs in
What, the
jail.
one in El Salvador?
Yeah, El Salvador. Yeah.
He's
Sick.
like literally.
Is that when America's taking the the ones that are like now.
Yeah, they're taking all the prisoners. Anybody who's.
But anyway, he's made that country so good. They were like proper gang heavy back in the day.
Dictators. That's what we need. Both of them. Iron fist.
But I don't think the dictator will work as smart. I think we're quite hard-headed. I think
I know, but like we push back a lot as a people.
Somalia have to show them to believe it.
And I think that the idea of Qabil needs to be like similar to other African countries. I feel like we take it too literal.
Yeah.
And it's like other African countries, they have Qabils, but they're able to also have a democracy without.
I've got rid of the Qabil. I've denounced it. How about X? Like, no, literally. I've started a movement. Well, it's growing. You guys are laugh now. You cry later.
I don't think I've ever spoken about Qabil unless like Javier asked me like,
how about X is hilarious.
I've denounced it and the movement is growing. Every time I'll go on like some TikTok live and all the comments will be like, how about X? I'm like, the movement is growing.
No, that's good.
So yeah, just denounce it. I think we should go back to just we're Muslims. We have so much more in common than we don't have in common. Tribes is a small part of our story. I don't mind it as an identity, but we need to denounce.
We don't even need it as an identity.
Not
really. Who's going to identify like?
That is
they do. It's actually
someone.
good.
Well, I think personally.
They are.
I mean, the future president can't say that.
Some sort of who you are.
No,
but
it
and
doesn't have to
allows
have
you to go to places.
We use it in arrogance.
I'm not saying denounce it completely. I'm not saying that. Although that is funny.
You shouldn't be governed by it.
But I just think some people.
Yeah, I agree with you. You shouldn't be governed by it.
Some people, it's like a sickness.
It's arrogance to use it as like I am this.
There's people that are literally the same tribe, guys. Like the same major tribe that hate on each other. Like, babe, you're literally the same tribe.
They'll say stuff like, I'm not marrying that person from that tribe. How dare he?
That is wild.
It's really not that deep. It's really not that deep. But I will teach, I don't know, I always think about this, but I teach my kids about Qabil. I mean, I'll teach them who they are.
You know, but you can teach your kid. You don't have to even use like.
It doesn't need to be.
You know what it is? I just don't think that. I think it's because we place a lot of importance on it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say the problem is that our parents placed importance. You can teach your child about who the people, you know, in the up to the simmer is.
Yeah.
But how far do you go back? Do you see what I'm saying?
As long as you can.
I know you can, but do we stop at like?
As long as you can.
No, but do we not just stop at like, let's say our 10th granddad?
No,
like, that's it.
Unless you go back to the Qabil name.
That's what I'm saying. But some people
you know all the names.
All the way.
Okay, so listen. So my thing is teach them the names of their grandparents, right? However, what you shouldn't do is like give them an identity.
Or any arrogance.
Like a complex, like you're the best.
You're the best because you're from this family. I know.
I get guessed because I'm both worlds. I'm Somali, like that's Somali.
Yeah.
So am I, but it's really
I can play with it. I have fun with it.
I reckon it can be taught in like a family tree kind of sense. Like, you know, white people do family tree.
As long as it doesn't get weaponized, I don't mind.
Yeah, like it's really.
As soon as you start applying meaning to it,
Somali lads that
it's like, oh.
I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, it's Habarex to the world, people. That's what I'm saying.
Lock in. Because some other tribes are not called Habarex.
Or whatever your tribe is X at the end, like Malcolm X denounces.
So now we know what you are.
So how long have you been Habarex for?
I've been Habarex now for a good year and a half.
And how are you feeling?
Amazing, wallahi. Like literally when people are I've left all the group chats, all these tribal group chats that I was in. I've left
tribal group chats.
Yeah,
like WhatsApp group.
Yeah, WhatsApp group chats. As in like, oh, something's happened in our village. We need to raise money and blah blah blah. I've left. I brought Habarex. I'm gone. That was my last message, wallahi. And I left. And they call me. I
don't think we're respected. I don't think I've ever added to a group chat.
There's more. I don't know if I think it might be a man thing. Are you into any like?
No.
We're
not on live though. Like, but I don't.
No, like a group chat. Like,
no,
not like your tribe's group chat.
They won't put it because I'll start being disrespectful.
There you go. Habarex.
I'll be like, how is this person now in hospital not knowing that? Why didn't we have to raise money for them? Why are we raising money for them now? They knew 6 months ago they had an operation, but today now all of a sudden the money's gone.
Africa, innit?
I mean, they don't know that we live in struggle as well, so you know.
Habarex.
Yeah, I'm telling you, lock in.
So what are you saying? Habarex, you've saved some money.
Yeah, I'm coming out with merch. You know, we're gonna hold like proper meetings, conference.
By the way,
meetings.
this is just him, you know.
No,
it's not you. It's not. You're not in the branch.
I said to him, "You're gonna join. Eventually, he'll join because the movement is growing. Yeah, the movement's gonna grow, and I think it's surprising. A lot of people are buying into it.
No, man.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
What is the mission statement?
The mission statement is listen.
You're proper interested in this. Why?
No, I just want. You know what it is?
You're giving them a platform for no particular reason.
No, but listen. Shall I tell you why? Yeah. Because basically, I agree with it to some extent, but I don't think it should be denounced. I feel like X is a bit of a rough.
Yeah.
No, but sometimes you need something.
I feel like it's a bit of a solid end to your Qabil.
But you need something extreme because look how we've used Qabil.
Okay, let's hear the mission statement. What does Habarex mean? What is it like?
Somalis just one Somalia. That's it. We're just one.
So
we're
there's
a
no
monolith.
Somaliland.
No, I even denounce Somaliland.
Okay.
I don't care. I am for a unified Somalia. Because you know is I don't see no difference with anyone.
Okay.
The north, south, east. I think we're all the same.
That's like a utopia, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. And
you know what's so funny in our country?
I'm gonna get cooked for this. In my city, they are 90% landers. I am going to get cooked, but you know what?
Yes.
I'll be a martyr for this one. You know what I mean? I'll be.
You know what's so funny? We're the
We're
only.
gonna protect you. We live in London.
I know. I gotta go back to Sheffield. They're gonna have pitchforks outside the house. It's crazy.
God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's actually embarrassing because I feel like Somalia is the only country that has like 10 different flags.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean now? The Qabilis, my mama just came
Which
back on
Qabilis
Monday.
as
Yeah,
well?
they've got flags for the Qabilis.
You're joking.
Wallahi, they got figs for it. Each Qabili, yeah. I don't want to say the Qabilis, but each Qabili's got figs on it. I said, wow.
This is
too much. It's too
Do you see
toxic.
do you see why the extreme X has to come in?
No, but that's banter. Can't you take it as banter though?
There's no banter, bro. Because that's how it starts, and then
It
before you
starts
know
as
it,
banter, then
it starts
everyone's
war.
doing it.
Yeah, and then it becomes war, and then people die. That's how it happens. So it's like we need to nip it in the bud. I think anyway.
No, I really love that you guys think that way. Hamza, I'm happy that you think you're going to be the president, inshallah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
I think
that's it.
this man should be your right hand.
Definitely not.
Definitely I am. I'm gonna get a cabinet position.
You should be like the
How about X? They're gonna say, what can I? I'm gonna get X before I ever have a
No,
chance.
but
to
that's
even
how you're
get
gonna
the vote.
unify everyone. Everyone unifies under one banner.
You can't unify Somalia.
No.
I think Hamad
no
X
way.
is part of the utopia. I don't think it's enforceable.
Listen,
It
just
makes
think,
them
just
who
think
they
on it.
are.
Let it marinate.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow you'll wake up and be like, how
This
about
is an
X?
amazing idea.
It's not
concept.
enforceable. Imagine dismantling a whole 4.5 system.
Yeah, it's just
It's not going to work.
one day.
Anyway,
listen.
guys, what are you promoting? Tell us.
What are you promoting, Hamza, at the moment?
Please
Anything
promote
promotion?
the podcast. Girls, if you want a male perspective,
Yeah, tap in.
you've heard it here first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Abti Podcast, like, comment, share, subscribe, and find us. We're on across all digital platforms.
I think you guys should do a live
And
show.
yeah,
We are looking
want
to do that. Would you like join us?
Would you
When
ever
are you
do a
gonna
live
do
show?
it? Yeah, we're going to
Yeah,
do
end
another
of
one
the year,
next year.
inshallah.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, we'll definitely join you.
Yeah, we'd love that one live. So
I
yeah,
think you
and
guys should. It's
we're
so
heavily
fun.
male entrenched. It's a bit weird, our pod.
I don't
The
think so.
audience might be a bit scary.
No,
Yeah, a lot
no,
of
no,
people-
I
a
mean
lot
like
of
the
people
viewership.
say
The
that.
viewership is a little bit.
You guys
male.
are very more boy orientated, aren't you?
We are.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Are you know when you look at your analytics, is it like 99.9%?
Do you know what?
No, he's lying.
It's about 30% females.
At least
That's
38%.
good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's growing. Well,
We've
before it
only-
was like 14.
But I don't think they watch you for like us. They watch you for me, not more than
Yeah,
you.
of course.
Because I'm the single one. You get it? Like, thinking,
Oh.
Okay, do you know what? This is
me
what I mean.
personally,
I'm
I
just
made the
gonna-
platform for me to promote to get a wife.
Yeah.
You get it?
Guys.
This is the easiest way.
Oh my
of
God,
doing
you
it.
should have said this in the
Do
beginning.
you know what it is?
Oh,
You have to
lies,
leave it
this
to the
guy.
end.
We have scenario after scenario of women looking for Naseeb, Hamza.
Oh.
If you are looking for a wife, this is the audience.
Ladies
you
Yeah,
need
but
to
you
tap
gotta
into.
you gotta let go of what you said at the beginning.
Yeah, you have to.
The
you have to.
ghosting, the
You have
No,
to
no, no.
unlearn.
People are dabbling, you
told me
can't do
something,
any of that.
but you said-
Before you say anything, let me just do this. Any girls watching this, I want Hamza's an amazing guy, by the way. But the date thing, he wants you to buy. You're treating him the
seen
first. No, that's his thing. So if you go
Oh,
out on a
you're gonna
date,
finish me now.
if you're gonna go out on a
No,
date,
but now-
you have to pay first to.
Why am I paying for you?
Have you
Thank
said?
you.
Have you said this before?
Yeah, and openly everywhere across all
Why
platforms,
are we
everywhere
paying for
it's
you?
there. He wants a £4 Costa, by the way. That's all he wants.
A £4
A
cost.
£4 Costa. You know what I'm saying?
You might as well just go
It's a
for a
cheap
walk
date.
in the park. What are you
There
testing?
you go. We said, yeah. I said, look, I've gone through so much now. I don't want to do dating no more. Yeah. So I said, I can speak to a female on the phone and decide whether I see if there's a future potential here or not.
Just from a phone
From
call.
a phone call.
I think I've seen this.
Yeah, go on, land. I think
Keep going, keep
ditch
going.
it. Go on.
It's not fair.
God.
I feel like I'm getting attacked now.
No,
I
I'm
don't know
not
how
gonna
you
say-
won. I don't know how you did this,
I
but you
didn't
did
know
this.
that.
No,
I didn't.
it's not fair.
We're
Anyways,
fixed. Go.
anyways, yeah. So I said to the guy that now I'm changing my ways, and a lot of these females will say, I will not take you serious until I see you.
Okay.
Yeah?
We're not.
So I said, but I will take you serious from the beginning.
How are you gonna take it seriously?
Because I'm taking you serious by respecting you, by
Okay.
trying to get to know you seriously. That's me
Okay.
taking you
But then
serious.
she's got to take you out on the date first.
No, because I'm saying,
Let him land. Let me
I'm so
hear.
sorry.
keep what I keep. I think if you want to let it go.
Well, I'm not so
At the
sorry.
end of the day, yeah, go on, hit me. Well, I said,
I just wanna know the logic.
He said it. Just say he said it.
Just
Just
what
say
I'm
he
trying
said
to
it.
explain is, at the end of the day, we're Muslims, right?
Okay,
Love this.
No, I'm just saying we're Muslims.
We
right?
are.
We're not meant to date.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Valid.
so we don't believe in dating.
Yeah.
We believe in getting to know each other, and once you get to know each other, khalas, like, you know you're gonna get married or not. We give me your wakil and we move it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Whereas some females will be like, no, we have to see each other on a few dates. I have to meet you. I have to see how you are in real life. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
X Y Z. I've surpassed that now. I know my value. I know what I want. I know what I want.
Talk your
High value
talk.
man.
Go on.
Okay,
No,
go.
it's not like I'm just saying, innit? So at this moment now, I've worked as hard as I can to get to where Hamza Ahmed needs to be. So now you've liked me a little bit. You might like my personality. You might like my jokes. You might like this and that. So now for you to take me serious, yeah, you want me to take you out on a date.
It hasn't landed.
Yeah,
It's a-
same.
No, I'm saying that's what a female says. So I
Yeah.
said to myself, now,
Oh,
okay.
so you're the prize.
He's the
I'm not
prize.
saying I'm the prize. I could be the
You
prize.
could
I'm
be the prize.
bag.
Bro, talk your talk, man. You're the prize.
Hey, give me the little second. I think, what you
I'm
on
so
me,
sorry,
bro?
Yeah.
Anyways, I basically said, yeah, cool. A female, if they really want me and they want to see me, they take me out.
Yeah. Girls, unpack that as fast as you can. Just unpack it, please.
I think we should take out girls, ignore everything Hamza just said. He's a very good man.
Mashallah.
Just take everything else out.
No, I'm just saying that's only if you want to meet me and take me serious.
The only expectation is that he requires a £4
£4
coffee.
Costa.
Yeah.
Is that bad? Is that hard?
I think if she's got a good sense of humour, she'll do it.
Should do
There you
it.
go. And it's nothing wrong. And I think personally, I'm gonna end up paying anyways. Do you know
I
what I mean?
love it.
It's just at the end of the
Yes.
day, it just shows that, you know what, there's a little bit of a commitment.
Yeah.
Something different from someone else. And this is something that you want.
Yeah.
I don't even have the
I
bandwidth
don't
to
know,
argue
I
with
don't
it.
know.
I really
I've been out of the
Do you
game
know
for
what
8
it
years.
is? It's just
I don't know.
triggers
Is
you.
this how they do things now?
I'm
I
saying,
don't know.
is that how it is? It just triggers you. If you move the trigger out of the way, it's a bit of common sense. Like, you want to see
think-
me, right?
Yeah.
If you don't want to see me, well, let's just continue talking and we'll get to know if we're meant to be with each
But
other. or not.
more time, it's not really the girl that wants to see the guy.
Nowadays, wallahi, girls are telling
The
me,
game
get
has
the
changed,
date,
though.
make sure you bring something.
Yeah.
That's what they're telling me.
Bring something.
Yeah,
As in
like
a present.
yeah.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying to myself. Yeah, okay, cool. Then I'm the prize now.
Make sure you bring
Listen.
something.
So wait, they don't want to go on no date. They just want you to give them a little present.
No, go on a date
And bring a present.
So
Bring
when
a
I'm
gift.
beating you on a date, the first thing I should do is give you the present.
Yeah.
So like a flowers.
Flowers.
I don't know.
Chocolates.
It doesn't matter.
Do you guys think of
Cards.
stuff like that though?
No.
By
I
yourselves?
do if you don't tell me.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever
For
say
me.
Does that make sense
to a
what I
guy.
mean? Like, if you don't initiate that and tell me, I want to
So
do it
she
out of
will
the kindness
say
of
to
my heart.
you-
Yes.
It's my birthday. Buy me
But she'll
something.
tell me, even when you take me out on a date, she'll tell me even the specific places. Girls tell me, like, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm finishing work at this time, so I'll just come past you and go for quick food or whatever's around us open. No, it's got to be prepared. You've got to make sure that it's at this specific place, and then we've got to do this and we've got to do that. And make
Yeah.
sure you bring something, you know. That one there, doo-doo, phone off, bro.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
ghosting to me. and I'm not spinning the block.
Alright.
Yeah.
No, they're not doing it right.
No,
They're
I
supposed to say.
Well, I don't know if the game's changed.
No,
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
no,
they're
no,
not-
the
it
dating
used to be
scene
like
is a
this.
nightmare, people.
Do you know what I mean?
It's-
And
No,
I'm
but it's
getting too old.
terrible. You know,
It's
they've
dark.
really misunderstood
Yeah.
like how to drop hints.
Yeah.
If you're saying, if it's all cards on the table, I want flowers, I want you
Flowers,
to take
yeah.
me here and
Before
this.
So
you
you think about how do you think I'm
That's
gonna react to that?
insane.
Yeah.
One
But
and a
I
half.
think, yeah, that's valid. I get your point.
I
But
get-
I'm thinking, yeah, if I've been, let's say, we've been talking on the phone for a while, and I've been throwing little
Yeah.
gems here and there just to tell you, you know, I really like flowers.
I bought myself some flowers today, and
So
I
that-
just
that's for
love
you to register.
staring
We
at
say
them.
those things so
I
you
just
can
love, and then
remember.
I send a picture of my flowers to you.
Yeah,
Ah,
but
now you know example of the flower.
This is what I like.
But
I
men,
wouldn't overtly ask you. That's
but
for you
never.
to use your brain.
But it's,
we can't read them. We
this is,
can't
this is
read
the new
brain.
gen now.
What tends to happen is then you'll say,
Readers.
"Oh, what you like flowers, yeah?"
Nah, that's not me. I'll be like, wow, you got yourself flowers, mashallah.
Yeah.
You don't need to download ChatGPT and you need to
Chat
ask. And you need to be like, what does
No,
she
but why
need?
can't a woman just say what she wants? Like, oh, I
No,
want
but how
flowers.
about
Get
this?
me
It's
flowers,
weird, 'cause what
bro.
if
And I'm
she-
like,
No,
okay.
She
No,
won't say
because-
what she wants, but he
because
doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it.
Yes, because me, I like this. I like
plot
you telling me,
thickens.
you know what, today I really wish I would like that. Like, I want something that you, without you knowing,
You like the mystery, you like the suspense.
That you needed it, and out of giving it means something. That's meaning.
But also, can I just say that is very fulfilling for you as a man.
Yeah, and fulfilling for you as well.
Yeah, as a woman.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh my god, I'm the best.
And there you go. Isn't that better than me saying, what, you want flowers? Yeah, okay, cool. 1 second, I can order it online. It's 30 seconds. I can order it to your house.
No, not like that. No,
I'm just saying. If I think like the way that,
but
men think like that. But when a woman drops a hint, a man will typically say, "Oh, like you, so what? You're into flowers, yeah?
You remember that for another day, and
you'll just remember that. The conversation will continue very quickly past flowers, but in your psyche somewhere, flowers
the females
will be
I have met, it doesn't get to that. It's like, oh, I really like this new bag that X. What are you talking to me about?
You're dropping Prada already, yeah.
Listen,
I think you need to go. I think you need to go to the halal way.
What's that? The masjid?
No.
Have you seen our episode?
What's the halal way? I've done
the halal way.
Muzmatch. Can I show you?
Have you seen our episode of Abdul Wahab?
Have you guys met Abdul Wahab?
He
should come on your podcast.
He's a dating guru. I was watching a bit of it. He's
amazing. So good.
I want to get his book.
Is that the guy, the last one that you just had?
Yeah.
I haven't listened to that, but I am going to listen.
He's like very big on I wouldn't even call it dating, just like the halal way of meeting like what to do basically to keep things halal when you're trying to get to know someone. So it's very like,
but I think you can do
but
that.
it's very like Quran and Sunnah centered.
Yeah, but the girl tried to add me on a group chat with her brother. It threw me off. Wallahi. I didn't know how to wallahi.
But you know what it is? Not everyone is open to it.
Get these options?
The problem is not a lot of men have like the.
My brother was in the group chat, bro. Was a bit like.
I know some people do that though.
But
this is where you need to start opening your mind to. People actually do this.
That's not bad though.
Yeah.
My brother's there, man.
So you say, yo, man.
But can I ask something? How did you get to that level if you didn't know she was that religious?
No, one of my friends says, I've got a girl for you. Allah Mabarak ticks all the boxes. I said, bet, let's do it. And he went, all right, I'm going to get numbers exchange or whatever. And he goes, I'll give me your. So he gave my number to her. And then all of a sudden you've been added into a group. So I've looked and I've like.
So you've not had any, like, no one told you you're going
to. No. So I removed it. I rang my friend. I said, bro, she's trying to add me into a GC. I don't know what's going on. I mean, he's gone, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you, she's a little bit, mashallah, she's on the deen, innit? I said, yeah, okay. And then anyway, I said, I'm not doing that. Then eventually she ended up calling. And then my friend who hooked it up, his sister was the third person on the phone, just quiet. She's like, just to let you know, it's a conference call, but I'm in the back listening. Yeah. You two have a conversation.
Did you prefer that?
It went well.
Oh, so you preferred that?
Yeah, it went well.
Okay, so the WhatsApp didn't work, but there was another halal way that you...
Why don't you just go to the house? I'd rather go to the yard face to face.
Nah, bro, you have to first get to the point of getting to know them, innit? Do you know what I mean?
But wouldn't you get to know them before you was talking on the phone with them?
No, it's just somebody likes you, you like
Why
them.
do you need the muhrim on the phone?
There's not muhrim, it's a third person.
No, third person is going to be there in the background. Is aware of the situation. He knows. Yeah, that's the reason why they have muhrim.
The devil's there, bro. If there's a two-step.
How though?
So
the devil's there.
But then when you're texting, it's the same now.
The devil's there.
Devil's there.
That's why
so you've got to.
So the thing is, that's
why. Yeah, the brother.
So I'm quite right by saying forget the dating thing, then.
Yeah, you are.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said you should go the halal route.
That is the halal route. I'm trying the halal route.
No, but then he still wants a £4 cost.
How?
This isn't halal.
You can't do this to me. I've done the halal route. I'm saying
I'm not
I don't
judging
want
you.
to
I'm
go.
just saying that's not the real halal route.
Do you know what it is? I think if the £4 Costa thing wasn't in there, then it would be halal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the reason why I say 4 Costa is because some people think dating is indoors or whatnot. 4 Costa could be a walk in the park with a Costa.
Should be. She could Uber Eats you a £4 Costa.
If she had humour, she could.
It's not going to be £4.
But then obviously the mahram has to be aware that she is Uber Eatsing you a £4 Costa, in which case he will probably say, do not do that, my dear sister.
Yeah, low vibration.
Yeah.
Kind of guy.
I'm like, yo, he's sick.
That's what they're going to
say. You asked my sister to do that. Yeah, send me that. How are you going to refuse him?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, guys, that is the end of the episode.
Wow. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and download. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and download the Abti Podcast.
And guys, show them so much love. And yeah, that's it. You guys want to say anything?
Yeah. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And yeah, thanks for having us. And yeah, let's go. Thank you very much.
Recurring guests.